I love to go prospecting in all the mountain streams, and as I go I love to sing, my gold pen in my hand. Gold for me, gold for Ma, gold for me, gold for Grandpa, ha 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 ha, gold for me, gold for Ma, my gold pen in my hand.
Hi everybody, Grandpa here. Well, been a few years, but this is where a lot of our YouTube footage started. We are at Villa Rica's Pine Mountain Gold Museum at Stockmar Park in Villa Rica, Georgia. Villa Rica is the hometown of the first U.S. gold rush. It all started here. Dahlonega was after, California was after Villa Rica. And we are at the Pine Mountain Gold Museum. And we're doing a little promotional piece for them because Grandpa loves this place and I want everybody to know it's here. It's a great place for family. We're going to be doing a tour on some of the property. We're going to be going inside. Grandpa's got special dispensation. They told me they might crank up the stamp mill for us. It doesn't happen often in Villa Rica that they crank up the stamp mill at the Gold Museum. So y'all are part of a pretty special event. Grandpa hooked you up. All right? I want you all to enjoy this. Listen carefully. You're going to be getting a lot of great information. And most of all, this is a great place to take your family, your friends, relatives. It's located 30 miles west of Atlanta, Georgia. Follow I-20 west of Atlanta and just follow the signs to Villa Rica. Once you get to Villa Rica, follow the signs to the Gold Museum. You can look it up, go www.pinemountaingoldmuseum.com. Go on their website, all the information's there. It's a great place. And they're also on Facebook too. Hook up with them there. Grandpa did and I'm not sorry. Now, after this whole shoot, we've got some other things coming up on YouTube, but they're not as important as today. So I want you all to enjoy whatever may come in the next few minutes, half hour, couple of videos. I'm not sure what it's going to be. This is too good to pass up. I haven't been here for a few years, and these are good people. They're doing a lot of good stuff for us people that are gold prospectors and that just love the history of gold and the United States in general. So we can probably just tell them to stay there and pick them up an hour, right?
Mama, look at the cows. They're scary.
Hey guys, they got everything here. This is a livestock area. All kinds of farm animals. They got stuff here for mom, dad, the kids. My grandkids are out here. They're loving watching. They got Eeyore the donkey. They've got a couple Holsteins. They've got goats, potbelly pigs. Roosters were crowing like crazy even though it's 1:15 in the afternoon. After you enter the museum, you see a short video explaining the history of the gold mine, the museum, Villa Rica, the rich history of this part of the state. And after you exit the video room, you enter a gold mine. This is a new addition. Grandpa hasn't even seen it yet. This is fantastic. They've made a portion of the museum look like you're actually walking through the gold mine. And as you go through the gold mine, you exit out into the museum proper, where you're greeted with all kinds of wondrous displays about Villa Rica, the Indian history, the history of gold. It's a great place. You got to bring the family. All right, well, you've all heard about him. The Laniga Gold Belt, the Georgia Gold Belt, all the way down through. Here's the entire state of Georgia. And here we are down at Douglas County. Got some photos here showing different area mines. And here we have a area map of where all the different gold mines were around Villa Rica. It definitely was a gold-rich area. Back in 1826, they found gold.
And our display here, we had a Coca-Cola bottling company between 1903 and 1923, 20-year contract. And that's what we've shown here. We were fortunate a couple of months ago, we found out of a company in Elizabethtown, Kentucky that was the fifth bottlers of Coca-Cola, still had some old parts and pieces and machinery left over from their bottling plant. We went up there and sure enough we managed to purchase every piece of equipment that our bottling plant had here in Villa Rica. So now then we have the Authentic Bottling Works being recreated. They tore our bottling plant down about 3 years ago to put an amphitheater in. So they saved the bricks off, part of the bricks off the bottling plant, and they even defloored it. So our display here really is tremendous because we have the bricks, we have the floor, and we have authentic equipment, and also we have all the bottles.
Yeah.
The reason we got a Coca-Cola display in the gold mine is that the Candler family came here in 1830s. Samuel Candler came here and then he left for a little while. He came back, and when he did, he brought his bride. And they set up housekeeping here in Villa Rica, right outside of town here. Went on, of course, he raised, I think, 11 kids. But Asa was born in the middle 1800s. He went on, he didn't like working out here on the farm and working. All the Candler family, really, the boys and girls went on to be real prominent citizens of the area. Bankers, merchants, and all kind of things. So, but Asa didn't like working. He didn't like manual labor. A lot of this was manual labor. So he got him a job. He went to Cartersville and worked as an apprentice in pharmaceutical. And then he finally wound up in Atlanta and owned his own drugstore. All right. Then he met Pemberton, the pharmaceutical company that delivered supplies to the different drugstores. Okay, this is where it came about. So over a period of time, he managed to buy the Coca-Cola formula from Pemberton. So that's how the Coca-Cola company really got. Pemberton had it in the pharmacies and a what you call soda fountains. He had it in the soda fountains. He never dreamed anything that what's going on today with Coca-Cola.
I can imagine.
And so anyhow, he sold it to Asa. So Asa went on and kept it from late 1800s up until 1919 before he sold it. So this is the reason we have a Coca-Cola thing here in the museum, gold mining. Gold mining really here, we're going to take Coca-Cola got started because of the Cameron family and the money. They mine gold on this property. Okay, this is where they got their money to go on to be bankers and merchants and whatever. The first Atlanta banks was established with money off this piece of property. The first public school system was established with money off this piece of property, or funded because of our gold mining. So we have all types of connections, as far as the eastern United States, just because of our gold mining right here. All right?
That is great.
All right.
All right, we're still at the Pine Mountain Gold Museum. I wanted to introduce the Historical Preservation Coordinator, Carl Lewis. He's the person largely responsible for the preservation of this property. He's the last commercial gold miner from the Villa Rica area. And I just want to introduce Carl and let him say a few things. And then we've got a surprise before we sign off on our museum tour. Carl?
All right. We appreciate y'all folks visiting with us today. And I'm going to show you our stamp mill. It was built in 1893. Unfortunately, around Villa Rica here, they were stamp mills in all the gold mines. But during the World War II war effort, all of our parts and pieces got gone. We're so close to the railroad track. We found out that the Reed Gold Mine outside of Concord, North Carolina, which is a state park, we went up there, we found out they had some parts and pieces. Sure enough, we went up there in the graciousness of the North Carolina state parks. We managed to get all the metal parts to rebuild the stamp mill. This stamp mill was 1888, yeah. So we had the trees cut out in Alabama and put it all together. As far as we know, this is only 3 stamp mills that actually work in the eastern United States. I'm going to crank it up. When they was in operation here, they was generally run by a steam engine because of the weight of the stems. Each one of these stems, when it raises and falls, weighs 850 pounds. So if you see, when we crank it up, you'll get to see the stems raise and fall. It takes water for it to operate. The material has to slosh through the screen. It has to be. So here in Villa Rica, our gold is like baby powder. So as you'll see at the end of it, we crush it up to a very fine powder. It's like the fine sand on the beaches of Florida. All right, we're going to crank it up and get it going. Like I said, what we've got now, we got the water running, but this is our old case steam engine. This runs the machine. When the belts start slipping, what you do is pour molasses on the belts, and they'll go back to work.
Okay.
Molasses.
Hope y'all appreciate that. They don't crank that up for everybody. Alright, here's an old relic, and we're not talking about Grandpa. This is a trommel used to separate the gold from the rock, the sand, and the gravel. You've got the little buckets that feed it into the hopper. Goes through a tumbling system. Usually they're washed. It's on rollers and it keeps tumbling. Then it goes through a classification system. Some of the finer stuff will drop off into a sluice, and your coarse material comes off the end. Good old trommel. You can move a lot of material with one of these guys. Alright, here we are at the panning station. This is where everybody usually finalizes the tour here. And you got the choice. It's $5 for a pan or $5 for a little bucket of gems. You can do either way. The kids usually like the gems because it's easier to find them, and it's a good time here regardless. Make sure you do this when you're here.
All right, y'all have fun. Ready? Grab a hold to both sides of the basket. Yeah, pop. Put it in the water and shake them real hard. Clean them up real good.
Okay, hang on to it now.
And then there's charts on the wall and show you what
shake
they
it.
are.
You gotta
Then
shake it,
all that
baby.
and
Shake
get
it.
you a
Don't
sack
drop it,
filler.
shake it. Okay, we're kind of ready to do it. Well, everybody, it's been a heck of a day. This is pretty much where you wrap up when you tour the Pine Mountain Gold Museum. The grandkids say, "Hey, Grandpa, you look like him," or "He looks like me." And I told the girls, well, he's got suspenders. All smart men wear suspenders. I want to thank you guys for coming along on a tour, but most of all, I want to thank you all for considering your memberships here. Stop in, tour the place, see the rich history of Rica. Pine Mountain Gold Museum. It's a great place for family and memories. And you know that's what Grandpa's all about. Make those memories. May you all have the love of family in your life, and may you all find color in your pan. God bless you. Grandpa.
I love to prospect in the stream. It's always so much fun. The bubbling brooks, they call to me, "Come get our pretty gold." Gold for me, gold for Ma, gold for me, gold for Grandpa, ha 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 ha, gold for me, gold for Ma, my gold pan in my hand.